My experience of masking with a brush is mostly when I need to make an adjustment to a different mask. Now let me show you what I mean with this image by selecting the masks from the icon here, and then from here selecting a linear mask. And what I want to do with this is to apply it at the base of the image, click and drag. So I need to apply some darkening to the sand, but the rocks on the right are likely to go too dark. So I'm going to drop the exposure here, maybe a touch of blacks, maybe a touch of whites to push up the contrast there. But you can see the problem I'm having. Now I'm pushing this a little far for demo purposes, but you get the idea. Now what we need to do is to subtract from our linear gradient by clicking the subtract button up here on the right hand side, and we get an option of all of the other masks, but we want the brush. Now as we look on the right hand side, we already have adjustments in these sliders because we're subtracting from what's already been applied with the linear mask. So perhaps we need to concentrate more on the brush options just above. Now the first option we have here is the brush size. You can see I can change the brush size with the slider or the bracket keys to the right of the letter P. The feather, which you can see over on the right hand side, which is currently 76, is the difference between the inner and outer ring. It's the softness of the edge of the brush. I tend to use the density up as high as it goes, and I adjust the flow of the brush that I'm using with the flow. And on this occasion I think I'd like to drop it down a little bit to be a bit more delicate. I'm going to keep my brush around about that size, and I can now start to brush over that bottom corner. Now in normal circumstances we would zoom in and we would take a bit more care over the edges, but I think you can see here that actually achieving what we need to achieve is not that difficult. But it is a good idea to work in the delicate way that I'm working here. Now the solid area down at the bottom, which is another rock, if we zoomed in, we could do exactly the same as I've done here. Of course, adjusting the size of the brush where appropriate for edges that need a little bit of careful masking. But it's not too difficult, and you'll notice these couple of little icons on screen. We can toggle those on and off with the V key at any time. Now there's also going to be times when the brush alone may be the best choice. Rather than using it to add or remove, we use it as the prime editor. So let me get rid of the previous mask by just deleting that. So if we're going to select the mask from over here, we can do so directly from the extreme right and then from here, but we can use the shortcut key of K. Now a new set of sliders open up and we get those same set of sliders to control the brush. So what I'm going to do here is to push my flow up about 50%. The settings are much the same as before. A brush a little bit bigger, so I can start to mask the areas that I feel need my attention. Now remember, there's quite a good chance that even here we may need to remove some of this masking because we don't always get it perfect. But let's have a look by dropping the exposure a little bit. Maybe the blacks and the whites to put in some contrast there. Maybe even a little temperature increase to warm up the sand colour. You can get the idea. I can mask a little more in places if the mask is not 100% solid to bring through a little more density. But not forgetting, if you do get even this wrong, you can add or subtract and make an improvement. But generally speaking, it's working pretty well. Now a quick change of image here just to show you a little tip that I've been using for many years. I'm going to zoom into this area here. If I wanted to just affect the shape of this panel here, I'm going to hit the K key to pick up my brush. I'm going to adjust the size. I'm going to push the flow up to its maximum, and we can do this by clicking on the edge, holding the Shift key and clicking further around. Now I'm doing this very quick because I'm running out of time, but you can see that this is going to be a pretty quick and easy way to go around the edges of sometimes some complicated subjects, particularly if you're using a mouse. And then once you've done that, filling in the interior is pretty easy because you can increase the size of the brush. Here's the final image I created earlier, and these masks allow us to edit our images with infinite control. That old saying that you can't have your cake and eat it could be challenged here. Thanks for watching.